we got a call from the advertising agency this morning that you're not supposed to come on the set.
During this period when you were just hanging on, what was the lowest moment?
It's hard to say, Bill, because I had some very low moments. Let me make that clear. I would be sitting down here in Travis County, Texas, in Austin, Texas, looking at network television and see one of these guys that had run with me, say, just chopping in the tall cotton, still going to town, like Orson Bean, you know. His career just continued to soar because he resigned from the slate and cleansed himself in the eyes of the Lord and became a very successful, and deservedly so, a very able comedian. I'd see that and realize, did I do the smart thing? Because I didn't like being broke. I didn't like having to borrow money from people.
Down here in Austin, where he had friends and family and could scrape out part of a living with the talents the networks were afraid to let him use, John Henry started a struggling advertising agency, got some local speaking engagements, and waited for the trial. Finally, April 16th, 1962, it began. In a small courtroom in New York City, Judge Abraham N. Geller presiding.
The case lasted 3 months, and it is beautifully constructed. Nizer very brilliantly charged him with a conspiracy to libel me because I had opposed their racketeering habits. And that reads beautifully in the newspapers because I'm fighting racketeers, see? And they had never been charged with that before. They'd only been charged with being very patriotic gentlemen. They were fear peddlers. And under the cross-examination of Mr. Nizer, that comes through pretty clearly, see, with the jury. So Nizer asked for $2 million, gets carried away in his summation, and asked for $2 million. So we go to have dinner, and jury has gone to consider the verdict. And I said, Lou, you poured it on, hey, you had me, I'd have voted for me too. You were really pouring the juice to them. But $2 million, Lou, they might both think this is a pretty, that actually I am doing it for money. He said, no, that's, here comes a runner from the court and says, y'all, the judge says to come back in. The jury's returning to the courtroom. We go tearing back up into the courtroom and sit down, and the jury files in, and the judge said, have you reached, his name was Judge Geller, Abraham Geller, a man of great justice, a credit to the American judiciary. That's Mr. Faulk, who did well in his hand. At any rate, Judge Geller said, have you reached a decision? And the jury said, no, we have a question we want to ask. Can we give more than $2 million? Honest to goodness. And old sweet Louis Nizer, he sat there like somebody caught him between the eyes with a ball-peen hammer. He made a lot of mistakes in his legal career, but asking for too little never had been one of them. And they went out 30 minutes later, came back with $3.5 million judgment.
How much of that $3.5 million did you finally get?
Well, it was the appeals court cut it down to $500,000, said that it was a obscene sum of money. It was the first real big, see, it was a record-setting verdict at the time, and said they'd cut it down to $500,000. I could either retry the case or take the $500,000. But we never did get that because the defendant, Mr. Johnson of Syracuse, New York, big head of a bunch of supermarkets up there, who had been one of the economic fists that could come down and lay it on the big advertising agencies and the networks, see.
And he was a backer of Aware.
Yes, oh yes, and a member of Aware.
And what happened?
He died the night that the jury went out to make its decision.
Court was recessed long enough for Judge Geller to digest the news and make certain the jury didn't hear it. Then Nizer was allowed to proceed. When the record-setting $3.5 million judgment was delivered, the jury members were the only people in the courtroom who didn't know that much of the money belonged to a dead man. And the irony didn't end here. Lawrence Johnson, it turned out, talked a better bankroll than he had. His total estate wasn't worth 10% of the judgment. Now think of it now. The networks, agencies, and sponsors